So the thing is,
Sir,
actually we have. Hello.
sorry to interrupt. Are you sharing some screen?
Yes, yes,
Because we
yes.
can't
You're
see
not.
any screen. Yeah,
You're not able. Why? Let me reshare it again. Are you able to share?
yeah.
Sharing?
Yes, now it's okay. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. The thing is, so we have seen, right? What are the properties of a variable, right? So properties means it has to be a type, okay? But in type means what kind of value it going to store, okay? But I have told you, right, that Python is a dynamic typing, so we do not have a specific data type for Python, but we have there are some data type that we are going to use in Python, like they are list, tuples, dictionary, strings, sets, okay? And we have another thing called scope. Scope means it refers the place, means it is giving you that from which place to which place I can able to access that variable. So it has a two. Means if I categorize this scope, it has on. There are actually two scope. One is the global scope, another is the local scope, right? And and it has also a value, right? So I have told that each and every variable in a program holds the value of some type, okay, that can be used or modified during the flow of and and it also have some locations, right? So that is it's pointed to the memory address, okay? And we have the lifetime also, right? The span, it's stay for long, that is the known as the lifetime, okay? Apart from that, okay, just this is your pen folder, Harsha so Harsha, yes, this one, right? Yes. So here we have seen, right, that way of very defining this variable, right? Okay. Now the thing is, yeah. So apart from that also, okay, we have, means these are the syntax, right? So I can only write the name of the variable and value. So data type is not is required here, right? These that we have discussed, right? Apart from that, uh, we have seen some rules and regulation for the variables, right? I can, so here you can see I can write a variable in this way, okay? So there is no data type is required for variable, right? If I'm trying to print that, I have a method called print message, okay? Now if I wanted to declare three variable, okay, like two variable like age and role, and I can provided the value, it should be respectively, okay? If I'm trying to declare three variable and I'm providing two value, then I will get an error, right? This I have shown you, right? And when I have three variable and it has the same value, so to provide that value separately, it's not required, okay? We can provide a we can use this equal to sign and provide the value, okay? So this is good approach when we have multiple variables but have the same value, okay? Now, yeah, so and I also told, right, so when I define any variable, okay, internally they have a data type. So how I can check that whether the data type of that variable, I have a function type called uh, there is a keyword called type, okay? Inside that type, if I am trying to pass the variable name, I will able to see what is the data type of that variable, okay? So this is basically we have discussed last day, right? Now let's start today's new topic, okay? Chalo. Uh, if you have any doubt, whatever we have learned yesterday and today so far, then I will go for today's new topic. Okay. Any doubt, guys? No, right? Okay. So today we are going to learn the data types in Python. Okay. Let me write the data types in Python. Okay. So what is first I need to tell you what is a data type. Okay. So basically all programming language aim is to create some data or do some actions on the data and process the data, right? So the data can be categorized into different types like basically it can be categorized into two types. One is called primitive types, another one is called reference type. Okay, in the primitive types we also categorize in different ways like integer, float, numbers, boolean, string, etc., right? So categorizing the data is important in order to perform the operation on it, right? So categorizing, I'm writing categorizing the data is important in order to perform operations on it, right? So that classification, okay, which states the type of data stored in a variable is called data types. Okay, so that classification, okay, which classification states the type of data stored in the variable is called the data type, right? So each and every programming language provides certain data types, okay, such that all the data, all the types of data can be stored in those. Okay, so this is the purpose of data type. Okay, so let's see the example. Okay, so I'm giving you data types, data types demo.py. So to print different types of variable, let's see how I can write. Okay, so see, let's say I'm writing employee id equal to 20. Okay, then I'm writing name equal to Akash. Okay, then I'm writing, let's say, salary equal to 0.40. Let's say an example. Okay. Now I'm trying to print. So see, if I'm trying to, so see, uh, I have told you, right? So as this Python is a dynamic typing, so I do not need to mention the data type, okay, to declare any or to define any variables, okay. But I can able to see the data type. So see how I can able to see. So I have already told, right? Let's say the name. Okay. So here I can able to show the name also. Okay. And if I'm trying to see what is the data type of it, I need to write the type, and here I need to pass the name. Okay. If I'm trying to execute it, see, run Python and programming. See, it is a string type. Okay. This Akash is a string data type. Okay. And I'm also able to print the value as well, right? So if you wanted to see what is the type for salary I have put, right? Let's see. I'm trying to print the value also. So let's say salary colon. No need to write plus here. We need to write comma here actually. Salary, and then I need to write the variable, right? And after that, let's say I'm trying to see what is the type of the salary variable, right? I can write type of the salary. So here, if I'm trying to execute it, see the salary here actually it is printing and the type is float variable. Float, why? Because it is taking floating points, right? So that's why it is a float data type, right? And this employee is an integer type. See, so let's say employee ID. Let's say the okay, that is the yeah. So see, employee ID is an integer type, and the value also I'm trying to print it, right? Got it, guys? Okay. So actually, this type function is the built-in or predefined functions, right? And so through which I am able to check what is the data type of a variable. So I'm writing there is a type. This is a built-in, or I can say predefined function to check the data type of a variable. Okay. Now, so if I am trying to categorize this data type in Python, okay, so we have these data types generally classified in two types in Python basically. Okay, so one is called, that is the built-in type, built-in or predefined type, I can say predefined type. Predefined or built-in type means that is already been already, it has been already been defined, right? Already available. And another thing called user defined. So user defined means we are going to create that data type. Okay, so that is called user defined. So here I'm writing what do you mean by this built-in data type that is already available in Python, right? So that are called built-in or predefined type. Okay, and this user defined means which is going to create created by the programmer or us. So what are the built, if I'm trying to list out these built-in data types, what are these built-in data types we have? I'm writing one is numeric types, numeric types. Okay. So under these numeric types, we will see int, float. Okay. Then I have another thing called complex. Okay. Then I have the bool. Bool is for boolean. Okay, so if some value has either true or false, then that variable is known as the boolean. Okay, then I have something data type called none. Okay, then I have str, right? Then I have something called bytes. Then I have byte array. I will explain each and everything, don't worry. Yeah? Then I have tuple. Then I have list. Then I have range. Then I have set. And then I have dict. Okay. So this, what do you mean by the numeric types, right? So here actually the integer type of data, or let's, if I'm talking about integer type, okay, so this int data type represents value or numbers without decimal values, without floating points, right? So that is known as the integer type of data, right? And in other programming language, okay, so basically this integer type of data has some limits, okay, but in Python we do not have any limit for this in data type. It can store any large number which can be convenient for it. Okay, so let me try to write that thing here. Here I'm writing, so I'm writing for int is, okay, so it represents the number without decimal, and it has no limit. Yeah. So example, for example, I have already shown, right, this empid 20. So this is the integer type of data. So when I'm trying to see the type, you can see I am able to see int. Okay, now let's see, uh, let's see for the we apart from that, actually in Python second version, okay, I'm writing here in Python second version, okay, there is actually a data type has been came, that is the long data type. Okay, so long data type is existing this Python 2 versions. Okay, but in Python 3 we have removed this version. We means who Python invented, right? The Python. So we do not have this data type that is long data type. Okay, so as currently we are deal with this Python 3 and more, so that's why we do not learn this long data type. Currently we do not have this long data type. Initially it is there, right? Now what do you mean by float? Actually this represents number with decimal values. This represents number with decimal values, right? So actually the floating point numbers can also be written in the scientific notations, right? Like en cap I'm writing, so the floating point number also be written in scientific notation, right? Scientific notation. So what does that mean? Actually we have to so actually there will be e and capital and capital E and small e. Okay, I am able to use for representations. Okay, this represents exponential, right? Exponential, exponentiation, right? In math, right? So to denote that things, so we have to use it, right? And we have to know that this e represents the power of 10 basically. Okay, so for example, okay, so if you're trying to write 2 into 10 and we have a function called pow. Okay, pow is mean to the power. Okay, so pow is for power. Okay, 10 into 2 into 10 to the power 2. Okay, so this 10 to the power 2, right? Okay, I can replace it by 2 into, so 10 to the power I can replace by e2. Okay, in this way. Are you getting what I'm trying to say here? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see that's example also. Okay. देखो. So I'm writing hash. Okay. So this is for the float numbers. Float. Right. Okay. So let's so as I already seen this, right, salary, so that's why am I going to write again. So let's say salary. So this very well is already defined now. So let me try to write these things in here. Okay, and if I'm trying to print this, I will get able to see this the float type, right? right? So here, if I execute, I have already executed. Let execute again. So see, salary actually the value is getting the data type which is coming as a float, right? Now the thing is, let's see an example for floating points. Okay, so for floating points, let's me float with floating point, right? देखो, suppose I am writing a equal to 2e2. What do you mean? What does that mean? This means I'm writing here. Okay, it is
Exponent
the 2 into
10.
10 to the power 10 power, sorry, 10 power 2, right? So if I write, let's say c equal to 8e5. Okay. So what will be the value basically? If when 10 to the power 2 means what? 100, right? 10 to the power 2 means 100. So 100 into 2, that is the 200, right? It will be 200. But this 200 is, if I write this 200 in this way, that means it is a integer type. But I am trying to save this number as a floating point. So that's why I have it represent E, right? Now A should be treated as a float. See, A should treated as a float data type, right? So now this 200 will be showing in this way, point 0. It will not show 200 directly. It will show in this way. Okay. So let's see, it's 3. Okay. So if I'm trying to write this, then what is the value of this? E3 means 10 to the power 3, right? 10 to the power 3 means 1000, right? So here
Excuse me,
it
sir.
represent 8 into 10 power 3, right? So 10 to the power 3 means 1000. This is the 8000, right? So 8000 will not giving you in this way. 8000 will give also in this way. 8000 point 0. Okay.
Excuse
So
me,
see.
sir.
Yes, yes, tell me.
Yeah, there is no difference between capital A and small a. It
No,
makes
no, no, no.
similar.
No. Yeah, you can. So that's why I have write. Na, either you can write E or
Mhm.
capital E. That's is fine
Mhm.
for
Okay. Okay.
represent. Okay. Dekho. Now tell me if I'm trying to print A, what will print? 200.0, right? Print C, that will 800.0. So see whether whatever I have told it is correct or not. You have to check, right? So see, it is giving me 200.0 and it is giving me 8000.0, right? Understood, guys? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I'm trying to see what is the data, see already I am able to see if I mouse over with in the variable name, you can see A is a float type, right? Now, if I'm also trying to see with the type function, see. So if I'm trying to execute this, so see, this is also float, this is also float. So A and C both are float data type, right? Understood, guys? Just a minute. guys understood this point? Everyone? Now we have another data type that is inside these numeric types, that is called the complex type, right? So what do you mean by this complex data type? Okay, so this represents the number that are written in the form of, I'm writing, so you have whoever are from the mathematical background, they know, right? uh, we have something called iota and iota, right? uh, I in imaginary number and all, right? So for that representations also I can write this complex data, and also basic thing is it represent the data, okay, that are written in, there are two formats basically, right? So any number which I'm trying to represent in this way, that that things I can use for a complex data type. So that are written in a form of a plus bj or a minus bj. Okay. So here actually a is represent the real part of the number. Okay. Not e. I think it's a I mostly you are writing, right? A plus ib and a minus ib, but in coding point, so main mathematical point of view, we have to use I, right? I is stands for imaginary number, right? But in case of in coding, we have to use the j basically to represent that one. Okay, so we do not need to use I here. Okay, so where I'm writing, where a and b is the real number, real one, okay, and j is the imaginary part, right? So actually what is the value of j? J value is root over uh, here, how to root ka sign. Actually it is the square root of -1. This is the imaginary number, right? So let me show you. If those who are not from the mathematical background, from them I'm going to show you. Okay, iota. So see this I basically, right? So no, no, let me show you. So you can see, let me show an imaginary number equation, right? Mm, this is the iota basically, okay? So this I represent the root over -1. Okay, so this is called the imaginary number. Okay, so when I'm trying to represent any number that in the format of a plus bi or a minus bi, that number is known as the complex number. So complex number. See, this is the definition. Okay, so when I'm trying to represent any number with this way, so here only they are showing that a plus ib, but here also I can represent a plus minus ib. Okay, so here you can see a is the real part, b also the real part, but I, okay, this I will be the imaginary part in this way, 2 plus 3i minus 2 minus 5i. So when I'm trying to represent any number in this format, okay, that number is known as the imaginary number. Okay, understood? So let's see an example also. Okay, देखो. So here instead of I we have to represent it as a j basically. Okay, so here let me show you. Say complex one equal to, let's say I'm writing 2 minus 5 j. Okay, then I'm writing complex number 2 equal to, so not only so here also I can use this way also, let's say 3 minus 10.5, okay, j. So here the value of a equal to 3, the value of b equal to 10.5, and j is the imaginary, right? So j, the value of j is, I'm writing square root of minus 1, square root of minus 1. So if I'm trying to print this, so see how to, so if I, so see if I write it here, so see when this value it is getting, automatically compiler is no, no, yes, this is a complex type data type, right? So see, I'm trying to write print, okay, let's say type of the complex one. Okay, so see, are you getting this 2 minus 5j they are getting, and the type is complex type. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And here actually you have to remember one thing, means as I have not giving, means told you that operators also, so that, so see actually we have something called operator, comparison on operator. Okay, so comparison operator means if when you trying to compare two values, okay, like greater than, less than, equal, is whether these two numbers are equal to or not, greater than, equal to, okay. So if you trying to compare, I'm writing here, if you trying to compare two numbers, two complex numbers using greater than, so this is a symbol of greater than, equal to, then lesser than, okay, and lesser than equal to, you will get error. Let's say I'm trying to compare complex, sorry, complex one greater than complex 2. Okay, so if I, so you will see at the line number 36 I will get an error. See, I'm getting an error here. at the line number 36, because this will means I cannot compare two complex number using this operator. So you have to remember this. Understood? So this is the point also you have to remember. Okay, getting, guys, everyone? Hello, guys, are you getting?
Ye- Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the thing is, we have one data type that is called bool data type, right? So in this bool, basically, okay, so what does this bool with data type means? Actually, it only holds two values, either true or false. And here you have to remember that is a false I'm writing na, that true and false, this T should be capital and F should be capital. Okay, means if I am trying to compare any flag value, this 2 means basically 1 for computer and 0 for false. Okay, for computer, so 1 or 0. Okay, and also there is one important thing, uh, an empty string also. Empty string means which only holds these empty string, means only holds this inverted comma. Okay, so this is the meaning of empty string. Okay, so this empty string also represents as false. Okay, this also represents as false in Python. So see, okay, so suppose if you are assigning any value and if you're trying to print that value, you will get the value of 1, and because computer only understand 1 and 0, right? देखो इसका क्या है. So bool data type, right? So I'm writing uh, flag 1 equal to true and flag 2 equal to false, right? Now suppose, see, if you directly trying to print this flag 1 and you directly trying to print the flag 2, right? You will get the value of true and false, and if you check it, so see, it is a little, so see, if I'm trying to print it, so first I need to remove this because this will give me an error, right? Okay, so comment it out to you. So see, I am getting true and false, right, for these flag 1 and flag 2. Now if I wanted to check what is the type, you can see the type as bool, right? Anyone, so I'm writing for flag 1, anything, right? If I'm trying to print it, so see, I'm getting the type as bool, right? now I have told you, right, this true and false actually denoted as, so this two denotes 1 and false denotes 0, right? So that will be stored by the computer, right? That is internally they are trying to store. Now tell me, use your common sense and tell me, if I'm trying to write flag 1, flag 2, what will be the output? Tell me, anyone. Any idea, guys?
It would throw out an error.
No. In other programming language, it will throw an error, right? But in case of Python, I have told you, right? Internally, this true will be stored as what? Internally, this 2 will store as 1 and this will store as 0. Now this is 1 plus 1. This flag 1 is the, flag 1 is 1. Sorry, here flag 1 is, I'm writing 1 plus 0. So what is the value of 1 plus 0? 1, right? This will give me an output of 1. See, it is giving me 1. Okay. If I'm trying to print flag 1 plus flag 1 again, will be the output. This is 1, 2, both are 2, right? 1 plus 1, that is the 2. See, I'm getting 2. If I'm trying to print flag 2 plus flag 2, that is, this means what? Flag 2 means 0 plus 0 internally, right? So this is become 0. Understood, everyone? Uh, so it's now, so it, this thing shows me, yes, internally this true and false stored as 1 and 0, right? Are you getting or not getting, guys?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, those who are
Yes.
from, those who knows other programming language like Python, sorry, Java or C sharp, they are now confused, right? Am I right or not? Because in that programming language we cannot write, if you're trying to write these things we will get an error basically, but here we will not get an error. Understood, everyone? Okay. Now, what is the things we have? We have, then apart, after that we have something called none, right? So none actually means it represent actually an object which does not have any value, or it is represent an object which does not contain any value. Okay, that data type is known as none. Okay, so if suppose means if I'm trying to define any empty object, okay, that is known as the none. Okay, so means suppose if any object has no value, then we can assign that object with none type. Okay, so see how I can make it a none type, right? Suppose I am writing obj no value. Okay, so here I need to write the none. So if I'm trying to print the value object with no value, right? And if I'm trying to the type, see what will be the output I am getting. See, the value I'm getting none, okay, and the type is none type. Okay, this is the none type. Understood, everyone? So we will learn later that we are going to define functions method also, right? So there, if any function and method are not returning anything, means in other programming language we have to use void data type, right? But here, okay, we do not need to write, so we do not have that kind of void here. So for that we have to use none data type. That we will learn the function and other things. Okay, now whatever the data types I have, that are called sequences, right? Like string, bytes, byte array, tuple, list, range, set, dictionary. So these are comes under the sequences. Okay, so I'm writing here, these are come as the sequences. Sequences. Okay, so this what do you mean by sequence? Because the sequence is an object that can store a group of values. Okay, I'm writing so here you can see it will not store a single value. It will go each and everything, the store, bytes, byte array, tuple, all the things are storing group of values. Okay, like we have seen in other programming language, we have something called array, like, okay. So these are objects which store group of values. Okay. So the sequence are string, bytes, byte array, tuple, list, range, okay, character that has to enclose with a single quote, okay, or double quote, whatever, as per, or triple quote also you can use, right? So that is called as a string. Okay, so I'm writing it holds the group of characters. Characters, what do you mean by characters? Mean either it is alphabet or or a single digit. Okay, so there, that is known as the character. Okay, so a group of characters enclosed with single quote or double quote or triple single quote. Okay, whatever as per your thing you can write. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, cool. So suppose you are trying to write name one. Okay, so you're writing Harish. Okay, name two. You can use double quoted. Let's say Vikram. Okay, so see, it is holding. So this H is a single character, A is a single character, R is a single character. Okay, so it, that's why it is holds a group of characters. That's why it is called sequences. Okay, so this is known as the string basically. Okay, now We can write also using the triple inverted comma as well. Name 3 equal to, so C. First, triple. So triple is तरह से नहीं. I can write this triple. Okay. Hmm, how many it is there? Okay, so I have, okay, so I can write Nirmala. This is also able to take it, right? So I'm trying to print name 1, print name 2, print name 3. I will get an update output, right? Harish, Vikram, both are, it's all a thing is accepted, right? And if I'm trying to see the type, let's say type of the, which one? Let's say name 3 I'm taking, okay? So if I'm trying to run it, see it is taking the string type. Understood, guys, everyone? Is this understand to everyone,
Yes,
guys?
sir.
Thank you. Sham, Mani, Bindu,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sai. Okay. So this is for today. Okay. So we will start the from the bytes and byte array from tomorrow. Okay. So thank you, guys. Okay. Any doubt from anyone?
No, sir.
No, right? So we were good to wind up, right, for today?